Hey guys, welcome to my training log update. A bit late than usual because I've been super duper tired, as you can probably tell from my face as well. अनि लकडाउन पनि खोल्यो अनि अस्ति सन्डे बाहिर निस्केको थियो and then the routine अलिकति shift भयो. Not that I'm doing things much differently now that it's open. Things are pretty much the same, but अलिकति confusion भएर चाहिँ I forgot to post. But I am here and I had to make this video because this is by far the most interesting week of training that I've been sharing in this training log update 2021, and we're now 9 weeks out. And this was 10 weeks out go training, the end of a strength block. I will be starting मेरो peaking cycle from 8 weeks out, which is next week. And I'm also going to be doing a block review of the previous strength and hypertrophy phases, and what I've discovered new and what has helped me, and some things that I want to do different moving forward. But for now, let's talk about the lift. So first things first, squat. So asti Sunday थियो squat को session, so we're almost 10 days after the squat session. And yeah, this day lockdown अझै बन्दै थियो. It was still, we were still in lockdown at this point, and I went to pick Ojas up this day because I wanted somebody to be there for hype, and of course if I had failed the lift, there would be somebody to help me out as well. But I had a top set planned, a top set of 4 at an RPE of 10. But since I wasn't feeling all that good, I decided I'm just going to be doing an RPE 9 because there is no point overstretching, because it could potentially cause injury, and also it could bleed into मेरो other workouts in terms of recovery as well. So we chose to do 230 for a top set of 4, which has tied मेरो rep PR, second rep PR भनौँ न. So this is number 2 PR. So I've been able to do 235 for a set of 4, but that was obviously with a taper, and I was more fresh and I was ready to train hard. But this is in an accumulation phase, so there's a little bit of difference there, but my top end is obviously I think close to 240 with a taper if it is there. But yeah, considering how everything was, I feel pretty happy about the PR. I was quite psyched up at the end of the set, and I also posted it on Instagram. Yeah, moving on, bench press. So bench press चाहिँ was been feeling really good the last couple of weeks, but I think because the bench session was after squats and heavy deads, which I'll talk about later, my upper back was like so fatigued that I kind of couldn't get into a proper arching position, and I was slipping on the bench because I wasn't able to set myself up properly. But with that being said, feeling not the best that I could have, I still managed to get an amazing bench PR with 125 kgs for a set of 5 at an RPE of, I would say 10, but if we could argue it could have been a 9.5, but who cares, you know? I wouldn't have been able to do for another rep, that's for sure. And happy with the bench PR as well. अनि यो बेलासम्म चाहिँ लकडाउन खोलिसकेको थियो, so Ojas was here again helping me out with the bench press, and nothing to take home. Still got a lot of work to do and wanna build on this momentum of getting better. And these things which have been affected, I plan to address them in the coming mesocycle, which I'll be talking about as well. And finally had deadlifts. So deadlifts day was Thursday. So Sunday, the key up until Thursday, I was feeling I was pretty much recovering. I just had a upper body session in between where I had benched and things of that sort. But coming into the deadlift session, I was extremely confident that I would be able to do 270 into 2, and I spoke to Mohit Dai as well, and Funsok and Neha and Ojas about how things were gonna go. So यसमा चाहिँ I had like a 50-50 split भनौँ न. Neha and Dr. Strength were like 100% sure that I'll be able to do it. And Funsok was like, obviously he didn't want to say anything bad, so he was like, oh, I think you have the strength to do it, sort of thing. And Ojas was like, 255 बाट त अलिकति ठुलो जम्प भएन दाइ types. But I think it was a 50-50, and in my head also it was a 50-50, but I don't know. It was a mixed bag. But coming into this session, I took warm-ups with 230, which is my usual gauge set, and it
felt like nothing. हुन्छ नि, almost like an empty barbell at this point. अनि I also took 250, which was again, it was just like flying. So I just thought like I will load up 270 and then hope for the best. And that's what I did. I loaded up 270. I think you have to watch the video and then I'll come back again. So that was the video. अनि 270मा चाहिँ the first rep it flew होइन. अनि second rep गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के भयो भने मेरो right glute मा, like as I was lifting the bar off the floor, it felt like it was at its maximum stretch हुन्छ नि, because I was holding the glute position so hard. It was at its maximum stretch. अनि I don't know if I had more in the tank or not. अनि in terms of अनि त्यो त भयो. As it came off the floor, I'm usually quite aggressive and I lock out quite fast, but त्यो like too much stretch हुन्छ नि, body नै stretch भएर चाहिँ यो what do we call this muscle, the teres major, or मोस्टली रोटेटर कफ ल्याट्सको भित्रपट्टिको मसल हुन्छ एउटा, हो त्यो मसल चाहिँ गट stretch too hard, because obviously 270 kilos is pulling me down, and I'm doing it for the second rep. And I thought of so many things at this point. Maybe I thought like, hey, I've already committed, I should go on with the lift. And I also thought, hey, is it going to be worth it if I miss it, or if it's like a great fight. So then I just locked it out, and then I was like, oh, I'm done with this one. And then I just settled the bar back down, and I rated it an RPE of 9, strength wise, but at that day it was an RPE of 10. I couldn't have done any more rep. But if hadn't मेरो hips and मेरो lats weren't at their maximum stretch, I am sure that I can do 270 for a set of 3, and with the taper even more. I am 100% certain. And I'm also not so used to the weight, because the heaviest I've done up until now is 260, and that was a month back, and 255 a week ago. So weight-सँग बानी नभएको रिजनले चाहिँ deadliftमा चाहिँ I wasn't able to do a 3 rep attempt, but then squats and bench were pretty productive in terms of getting the reps in. So that's that. Quite happy, but deadlifts I'm not happy. Obviously 270 into 2 was a big massive PR, but I'm not happy with what was put down on, and I know that I can do a lot more. So next, your block was extremely productive. So next block ma चाहिँ what I'm taking away from this mesocycle is that I will not be testing all 3 lifts in terms of rep maxes in the same week, because एउटै सेसनमा भयो भने it's easier, okay? But once you sort of do a heavy squat attempt, it takes the life out of you for a few days. And फेरि deadlift and फेरि bench press. So I think I'm gonna split deadlifts out, since I'm getting very good momentum, the word that I use a lot, and you now understand what I mean by it. But I get a very good momentum. I've been getting a very good momentum. So next week, week 1, we're gonna get back to doing a heavy deadlift. So this week is kind of like a taper for my deadlifts. So next week, as in my deadlift session on Thursday, I'm going to be attempting a big number for a double, because I don't want to do 3 reps. And I'm just going to be doing a double and really experience what I can actually do for an all-out set of 2. And त्यसपछि चाहिँ we'll just continue with 1 or 2 lighter sessions the following weeks, because I'm just gonna crash after doing a real attempt. And त्यसपछि maybe at around 5 to 4 weeks mark out time, then I'll start to do singles as I head into the competition. And as for my bench press, frequency has been extremely high, and I feel like I am sort of being able to manage the stress that I've been putting myself in. I've been doing around 5 to 6 sets of bench press, about 4 times a week. So that's roughly like around 18 to 23 sets a week, which is quite high, but I am being able to managing and putting out some good numbers. So we'll continue to work on that trend. And in terms of squatting, I'm going to be introducing more squat frequency in terms of low bar squatting. So next week, say I'll be adding a fourth squat session, which sounds insane to you guys, but I'm gonna be adding a fourth squat session. Ani duita session is still gonna be high bar and front squat. Only two regular squat sessions. One is obviously the heavier one. On the second match, I'm just gonna be working on the technique, and from maybe 7 to 8 weeks out, we'll remove one of the squat sessions and we'll do three squat sessions a week. During the peak, obviously all three squat sessions are going to be comp style squatting, which I can handle, but not mentally that well. And yeah, that's been pretty much this week. Super thrilled with the outcome, and I can't wait to build on more. And it's like I said in the last video as well, I've been loving training so much more than ever, and it feels extremely good. So with that being said, I will wrap up this video now. Hey, by the way, I've been wearing Dr. Strength apparel and Dr. Strength dilated. It's okay, then I don't know, but this is Dr. Strength apparel, which we made through Samay Apparel. So uh, Mohit Dai sells these t-shirts, and this is actually extremely comfortable for powerlifting, because when we made Samay Apparel, we wanted something that would be good enough for fitness, sort of fitness as well, but more like a lifestyle sort of t-shirt. And I think powerlifting collage, it's perfect because it's not very thin and the bar sticks on pretty well. So if you're interested, you can shop from Dr. Strength himself, or you can buy some apparel as well. I don't know why I put in the plug, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.